guys, Owen here with another video. Latest transfer news, latest Arsenal news. Yeah, stay put as I keep you up to date with the latest stories in Arsenal Football Club. So today I'm gonna be talking about 7 key issues. So first is Brahim Diaz to Arsenal. There are rumors going around that Brahim Diaz is being linked to Arsenal. I'll be talking about that. I'll also be talking about Rodrigo and his Real Madrid situation and the latest news that are coming in on his situation. Next, I'll also be talking about Eberechi his performance yesterday against Augsburg in Germany. I will also talk about some... Okay. Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz is a Real Madrid player. He also plays on the left wing, and there have been people talking about him being linked to Arsenal, although there is no particular information that Arsenal are following the player. But just looking at the Real Madrid situation, there are many left wingers. We have Rodrigo, we have Vinicius Jr., and there is a whole lineup of attackers. We have Ada Gula. So the probability of Brahim Diaz playing this coming season is almost close to none. So there have been people saying that the player is rated, his price tag is around 40 million pounds. So many players are saying instead of going for Rodrigo, many fans are saying instead of going for Rodrigo, we could actually explore Brahim Diaz, and I think that is a very solid proposition, because Brahim Diaz is a very talented player. A lot of you saw him at Manchester City before he went to AC Milan. He went to Real Madrid. Is a very good player, and I think he will be a key addition to the Arsenal's attacking side, especially on the left wing with Martinelli and Trossard. Just not in the good place at the moment. Yeah, so other news is about Rodrigo. Rodrigo has finally said that he wants to leave Real Madrid. Towards the start of the transfer season, Rodrigo was hesitant, and he was saying that he wants to see if he will be included by Xabi Alonso in the squad. Unfortunately, and fortunate to most Arsenal fans, is that Rodrigo has not been included. In fact, throughout the World Cup, he was sidelined, he was in the bench, and it's clear the coach has no plans of having Rodrigo as a starter. So maybe Arsenal should consider him, but his price tag is very high. He goes for 100 million euros. Real Madrid say that before starting negotiations, at least an offer should come at 100 million euros. Also, his wages are just very high at over 200k a week. That is what he'll be expecting in a new club. So Arsenal are not willing to give those wages, and that is why they've not submitted any solid offer for the player at this moment. Yesterday we saw Crystal Palace play against Augsburg, and Mateta and Eze were on the score sheet. Mateta, of course, Eze linking up with Mateta for the first goal, and again Eze scoring the third goal. It was a very solid display by Crystal Palace, and once again Eze was a threat towards the goal almost every moment. Fabrizio Romano said yesterday that we should expect a bid anytime from Arsenal for Eberechi Eze, and that is good news, as all fans are now rooting for Eberechi Eze to come to Arsenal. In other rival news, we have seen Jorrel Hato, this 19-year-old centre-back, Dutch centre-back, has just signed. Is signing for Chelsea for a period of 7 years. So he's coming from Ajax and signing to Chelsea. This is our rival, and they are bolstering their squad. As per the central back positions, I don't think Arsenal have a major problem at this time of the season, so it's not news to worry for us. But somebody was joking once again that the player could be available to Arsenal in a season or two for very little money. So the other post that I saw here about Alexander Isak, and it came from Newcastle fans, and Newcastle fans had written a poster. Let me put it here for you to see. It says that Isak is a pure rat. It's a very sad situation, considering the player has been fully committed to the club and he has been scoring. But I guess this news is coming especially with his links to Liverpool, and I think fairness is that Newcastle fans are always very passionate about their club, and I understand, but going to this extent against a player is nothing I'll vouch for. Let me know what you think about Isak's situation. It's just not going to Arsenal, maybe Liverpool. Other news is that Son Heung-min, the long time pain in the ass for Arsenal, has finally decided to leave Tottenham Football Club, and this is great news, guys. Finally, Son has for a long time been a pain in the ass for Arsenal, and I'm glad to see him leave. Once he leaves, I don't think Tottenham will be much of a threat. Despite beating us the other day, I don't think they'll be as much of a threat as they used to be with their two main guys, Harry Kane and Son, now leaving. Yeah, so I'll also talk about one of the comments that I received in the last video. So let me just read. It comes from Genesis. So Genesis is saying that no one is talking about David Raya's mistake. This game should have ended 0-0, but Spurs capitalized on that Raya mistake and we didn't see any other threat. Okay, the whole team tried except that silly mistake by Raya, and seems like he inherited the error from Ramsdale. Yeah, I think the positioning of the goalkeepers in Arteta's gameplay is what causes that problem. Ryan had never conceded a goal like this before, and we used to see Ramsdale concede a goal like that every now and then, and Raya has also started conceding these types of goals. Yeah, truth be said and fair is that Raya has not been himself throughout the preseason. I think he's not to his full position. I don't know if it is pressure from the new competition that has come in the form of Kepa Arrizabalaga. Let me know what you think about Raya's situation, guys. Yeah, thank you for the continued love and support, guys. See you in the next video. Remember to subscribe and let us hit 100 likes in this video. Yeah.